know what the hell we're doing, but we're gonna do it. Like we said.
That's not at all how I thought that we were going to start this podcast.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It came like that. And, yeah. So we've been sitting here talking about life and people in them.
Are we talking about Jerry?
Jerry Springer's been in our life.
But are we going to talk about that for this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jerry Springer in the culture. He apologized months before he passed away. Mm-hmm. And he left a specific detail out that he had mentioned the culture. So to me, when you say the culture, I'm thinking black culture. But
I feel like he meant American culture, but I definitely think a lot of people took it to mean black culture. I mean, especially because, he's not the only one who depicted us as aminals, you know.
Aminals?
As aminals, as ratchet as
you're not even an animal. You're an animal.
You an aminal. But yeah, that's what I think. I was actually surprised to see the memes and stuff about black people be like, oh my God, Jerry Springer. Yeah. And I was like, for me personally, I was like, oh man, Jerry Springer as a person passed. Man, he was a part of my childhood.
He's dead now.
And like,
he's been dead to me for a long time.
I hadn't thought about him.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, just reminiscing back on my childhood. Not Jerry per se, but his show was an integral part of my childhood.
Somebody had mentioned about we got to find out somebody else to say if we the baby, is I the baby daddy or is the goat the baby daddy? Because that's Jerry goat. Springer where you got motherfucking crazy shit going on. But half of it to me, I believed it. Mm-hmm. Obviously growing up watching Jerry Springer, I was like, this shit is wild and crazy.
Yeah.
And now a lot of other people are gonna look at black people and say that's how all black people kind of act.
Right. And so I didn't get that from the show. So, my memory is telling me that, I saw a lot of white trash on there too. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
But I wasn't looking at the show in the lens of black or white or Hispanic or whatever. I was like, fights, fights. And
they letting us rock.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how I was looking at it. I do remember a lot of the black people being the who's the daddy or I'm gay, that's the ones that I do remember.
I'm a gay stripper and my mom doesn't know it.
Right. Yeah. And
that's not a real title, but but it's probably close.
But I also think about the Maury's, and was it Jenny Jones? Not as raunchy, the Ricky Lakes.
Do you know why they took Jenny Jones off the air?
Why?
You don't know?
No, I have no clue.
History lesson time. Mm-hmm. So they had this show where you have a crush on your whoever, right? A person. And what ended up happening is they had this male that had a crush on his neighbor. I think it was his neighbor. I'm really digging deep right now because it's been a long time. And he brought this man on the show and says, hey, you have a secret crush and we're going to bring him out. It was another guy.
It's all coming back to me.
It was another guy.
Yeah.
And
I saw that episode.
Did you? Did they air it? I think they did air it.
I think so.
And he killed him in real life, not fake life.
That actually happened with Jerry Springer as well. I forget exactly what. I think it was someone coming out as gay, and I believe he probably got a lot of hate crime or something after that and killed himself, or he was killed. I'm not sure, but it was taken to court.
Yeah.
And it was thrown out because it wasn't specifically the show that made that happen.
Yeah. Jenny Jones got taken off because he was blindsided. It was the 90s and, gay wasn't as, popping as it is now. And thank you, Ellen DeGeneres, because, she came out on the show. Remember the Ellen DeGeneres show?
I remember her show, but I don't know if she came out on the show.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think that was another driving force of people starting to come out and say that. But I'm not saying she's the reason why. I'm saying that she was part of the reason. But it was just one of those things, like, you're gay, you're getting beat up.
Right, right.
And now you're gay, it's like, I want you to be my friend. Yeah. And now it is, you're gay, who cares? Because it's everywhere. But it's always been everywhere. They've just been silent.
Been everywhere. Yeah. It's been very closeted, you
Yes.
know? And so, yeah. So when I think about, Jerry Springer messing up the culture, I also think of real world road rules. I think of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Orange County, more recent stuff. And I put more blame on movies and shows and stuff. Not so much like the wholesome family shows, but the movies that always had the same storyline of like the poor black dude who's trying to be a basketball player, hustling, selling drugs, all that. Like that's all you ever saw. I have met a few non-black folks who was like, "Oh, I thought that's what black people did."
Oh yeah, that's why I brought it up.
The fuck?
Yeah, this is how niggas act
Oh my gosh,
out here.
it's crazy.
This is how the black folks out here. I seen it in a movie.
Yeah.
And Richard, you sound white. You don't act like those cage monkeys.
Right. I've gotten that so many times.
Yes.
And I'm just like, so that means whenever I see a well-spoken, prestigious white person on TV, that's what I'm supposed to assume everyone is like? Like,
yes.
no.
I done been around a lot of white people that think they niggas or black. Yeah. I'm not going to say nigga means black. But... yeah, and somebody had even recently said this to me. It's like, you speak very proper, you sound very white, and I said, I sound very intelligent. It has nothing to do with color because we're not basing intelligence off of color.
Yeah. I've gotten that throughout my entire life. Mainly, I believe in the military. And when I was with black folks, it was me being a little too proper. But then when I was with the white folks, it was like, oh man, you're like black. You know how you speak and all that. Sister girl. I'm like, first of all, calm down. That's not necessary. It reminds me too, like it was post-military. Had this little like house party or whatever with a bunch of. I think I was the only black person. And one of the white guys, white as can be, when the songs were playing, when the black song came on, he like looked me, he picked me out across the room. It was like,
can I see this next lyric that says the N-word?
Yeah. He was like, yeah, Crystal. And I was like, just because it's a black song doesn't mean, like, it's just the fucking token,
that's your song.
Being the token was annoying.
Yeah.
So I just think as far as people, I think it's case by case basis when it comes to the prejudices and the judgments that someone has on culture, on specific cultures or races. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've never grouped anyone in one, they always still are, it's just like, nah, I'm meeting each person as they are.
I'm glad you said that. So my ex-wife, I'm not going to name her name, but probably a lot of y'all know who she is. And her grandmother said the only thing that black people do is get you pregnant, take your money, and beat you. Not even kidding.
Wow.
Not even as a joke. Not only did they call the police on me multiple times to say that this man was, a man, even though we're a year apart, and I think I was 16 at the time, sent the police to the house to retrieve her and they said that I kidnapped her.
Wow. Did this woman have her own experience of being beat and thefted and lied to?
I don't know.
Because I have come across that when someone had one bad experience with someone who wasn't there.
Now they're all like that.
Exactly. They're all like that. And same with, all men or all women or all whoever. And it's just like, your mind needs to expand, you know.
Yeah, you need to be around more people because, we're people just like everybody else.
Yeah.
But as far as the culture, it's just one of those things. When he said this, I think he knew he was going to die. And that was the first thing that came to my mind. Is that what he meant? And then versus how we all felt. Obviously, you were looking at it a certain way versus me. I was like, wow.
Right.
Our people are wilding the fuck out in Alabama and in Georgia.
Alabama.
Yeah. And I'm just sitting there like, when's the next one? Is this one from Texas? Because I hope he ain't from Texas.
Yeah.
And then here's John Boy.
And unfortunately for me, I couldn't see the patterning that of like blacks are thugs, ghetto, stealing and raping all that stuff until I was older. And I was like, wait a minute, like all these movies are the same, you know, all this whatever is the same. One thing that I have too, like a question to all the black folks who feel a certain way towards Jerry is like, well, how do you feel towards your favorite rapper, you know, who is not doing a lot good for the culture, you know?
Yeah,
that's a whole nother topic.
That is one of those things where we're selling our souls to just be murdered by our own.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And at the end of the day, we are majorly affecting our culture because we're not uplifting and we're putting out the music that is that. Oh, they're going to love that one. See, I told you, this man right here said it.
Yeah.
The music.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, some of the writers aren't black. And they know what the hell they're writing. Yeah. And then the artist is like, cool. Okay. Right.
I ain't going to say, but I'm going to write it, and they're going to sing it.
Yeah. And as long as it has a good beat in it, you know, people accept it. And then if someone else outside the race does the same thing or, you know, has the same message, it's like, you know, that's not good for the culture. And also, inside the culture, look what we have, you know?
Yeah, big facts.
It's a lot.
I said facts.
No printer. No typewriter. I'm going to start saying typewriter.
Well, I don't have any other input.
I don't either.
So.
R.I.P. Jerry Springer.
R.I.P. Z.
Jerry.
Oh, my favorite motherfucker's dead.
He was actually really funny. He's a funny. He was funny. What?
You funny.